Have you ever stopped to consider the profound impact your surroundings have on your life? Imagine a young man, let's call him Tim. Tim was once a kind-hearted individual, always ready to lend a helping hand and quick to share a comforting word. But then Tim began spending time with a group of friends who were not as kind-hearted, friends who chose harsh words over comforting ones, friends who valued their own self-interest over helping others. As Tim spent more time with this group, he began to notice subtle changes in his behaviour. He found himself snapping at his loved ones, his patience growing thin, his generosity fading. He was acting in ways he never would have expected, all because of the company he kept. This is not an uncommon tale. We humans are incredibly malleable, like clay in the potter's hands. We can be shaped and moulded by our environment, by the people we surround ourselves with, by the things we expose ourselves to. This is a truth that finds its roots in the wisdom of the Bible, in verses that caution us about the company we keep. The book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 24, warns us, "Do not make friends with a hot-tempered person. Do not associate with one easily angered." And why is this? Because, as the Bible tells us, such negative influences can corrupt our very essence. Think of it like a glass of clear, pure water. If you were to drop a single drop of black ink into that water, it would spread, clouding the purity of the water. That's what negative influences do to us. They seep into our lives, clouding our purity, our kindness, our patience. So let us be mindful of the company we keep. Let us surround ourselves with those who encourage us to be kinder, to be patient, to be generous. Let us be like Tim, who recognized the changes in his behavior and chose to distance himself from the negative influences in his life. As the Bible warns us, negative influences can corrupt our very essence. So let us choose our surroundings wisely, for they have a profound impact on our lives. Consider the media we consume and the music we listen to. Do we realize the power they hold over us? Just like a sponge soaking up water, our minds absorb the content we expose them to. We may think we're just passively watching or listening, but in reality, we're being subtly shaped by the messages these mediums convey. Take, for instance, the media, a constant companion in our lives. It has the power to expose us to violence and impurity, numbing our sensitivity to these harmful influences. Picture a young man, let's call him John. John used to enjoy action-packed movies and video games filled with violence and aggression. Over time, he noticed a change in himself. He became more aggressive, less patient, and found it hard to empathize with others. Unknowingly, the media he was consuming was reshaping his character. Now let's turn our attention to music, a universal language that speaks directly to our emotions. Music can be a powerful vessel for emotions, capable of stirring up feelings of joy, sorrow, anger, or peace. It can either draw us closer to God or pull us away from His grace. Consider the story of Sarah, a woman who used to listen to music filled with negative messages and profanity. She decided to change her music choices, opting instead for songs with uplifting, positive, and godly messages. Over time, she noticed a significant change in her emotions and behavior. She felt more at peace, more positive, and closer to God. Her choice of music had a profound impact on her spiritual life. Our choices in media and music carry tremendous weight. They influence not just our mood and behavior, but our very essence, our spirituality. We must be mindful of what we allow into our minds and hearts. We must choose wisely, understanding that our choices can either lead us closer to God or take us further away from Him. The power of music to draw us closer to God or pull us away from His grace should never be underestimated. Remember, we have the power to choose what influences us. Let's make choices that lead us closer to God, not further away. Our senses, sight, sound, smell, taste and touch, are spiritual gateways, but are we guarding them effectively? Think about it. Each day we are bombarded by an array of stimuli. Some are wholesome and edifying, while others are harmful, subtly chipping away at our spiritual strength. We must be vigilant about what we allow to filter through our senses. Imagine a man named Smith. He was a faithful follower of Christ, but found himself surrounded by friends who consistently encouraged behavior contrary to his beliefs. They introduced him to violent movies, explicit music, and even detoured him into unhealthy relationships. Smith was gradually losing his spiritual sensitivity, his essence. One day, he woke up to the realization that he was far from the path of righteousness he once walked. He decided to make a change. He distanced himself from those friends and purged his life of the negative influences they'd brought. He became selective about the media he consumed, the music he listened to, and the company he kept. Smith started filling his life with things that were pure, lovely, commendable, and praiseworthy. He replaced the violent movies with inspirational documentaries. His playlist was now filled with uplifting and soul-nourishing music. His new friends were those who spurred him on towards love and good deeds. John was guarding his spiritual gateways, and it made all the difference. Just like them, we need to scrutinize what we allow to influence us. Our senses are not just physical gateways, but spiritual ones. They can either lead us towards God's grace or away from it. It's like a garden. If we plant good seeds and diligently weed out the harmful plants, we'll reap a bounty of spiritual fruit. The Bible, in Philippians 4:8, encourages us to fix our thoughts on what is true, noble, right, pure, lovely, and admirable. If anything is excellent or praiseworthy, we should think about such things. It's a divine standard for our minds, a measure for what we should allow through our spiritual gateways. To safeguard our souls, we must remain vigilant and discerning about what we allow to influence us. Let's be like them, guarding our spiritual gateways and cultivating a garden of righteousness. This, my friends, is the path to spiritual strength and unwavering faith. In a world that often rejects him, how do we choose Jesus and walk in righteousness? The answer lies in surrendering every facet of our lives to him. Our choices, our thoughts, and our actions must reflect the love and teachings of Jesus. In a world that's constantly changing, our faith in Jesus should remain constant. This is not an effortless task, but it is one that reaps eternal rewards. To achieve this, we must be deliberate about what we allow to shape us and what we reject. Let's consider our choices as an opportunity to honor Jesus. Each decision we make, no matter how small, is a chance to display our steadfast faith. Our thoughts, too, must echo the teachings of Jesus, filled with love, compassion, and understanding. Our actions should be a testament to our faith, reflecting the transformative power of Jesus' love in our lives. By choosing Jesus, we fortify ourselves against the devil's cunning influence and walk on the path of righteousness. Please share your thoughts on today's video in the comments section. We value your feedback, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more empowering content. Remember, together we are stronger. Thank you for watching.